The Director General of the National Senior Citizen Center, Dr. Emem Omokaro, says the organization is committed to boosting intergenerational networking to enhance justice, safety, and well-being of older persons in the country. Omokaro pledged the commitment at the intergenerational networking event on elder justice advocacy in Abuja. The event, with the theme Building National Youth Support Network for Senior Citizens, was organized by NSCC in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth Development.
And population aging has implications for the individual, for the family, for the community, for the nation. These implications are cut across socioeconomic. And so, you know that because of accelerated increase of non-communicable diseases at that age and the multiple morbidity, older persons are prone to impairments. And you can imagine if that huge population grows up not advancing into old age in health and well-being. You can imagine if that huge population of 30 million grows up not being empowered to continue to engage in livelihood ventures to earn income or to supplement income. So you can imagine if this huge population, continue without any opportunities to upskill, to train, without any opportunities to connect through senior centers, to cut loneliness and all that. You can imagine if this population continues and at that age where they have multi-morbidity and are impaired, we do not have skilled workforce trained and certified to cause them to access certified care from people that are trained. So you ask the question, what will be the implication? The implication is that you're going to have huge number of vulnerable, needy, poor, older people. The implication of that on the family means that you're going to have families that are going to be overburdened. You are going to have a working population whose savings will be compromised because instead of it becoming capital for investment, it's going to be savings to take care of the older one. So you can imagine if a country is not prepared to have social safety nets for the very poor, because this population is a population that is diverse. On one hand, you have those ones who can take care of themselves. They're very rich, very minute percent. You have those ones who are retired professionals and retired technocrats. And if pension is mismanaged, you can imagine the poverty. And so population aging, and especially in a country that is facing rapid aging, and a country that is looking out to have huge population of absolute numbers of older persons. So it is good to begin now through legislation, through policy development, plan of action, implementation, strategic design of programs to build that foundation. First, through healthy aging, to ensure that our older persons have access to care, to health. They have health insurance so that they can go anywhere and not pay out of pocket. It's also now that we also have put in place systems for care quality assurance so that we can build a skilled workforce that can take care of older persons when they are vulnerable.
Also, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Mr. Abel Olumuyiwa Enitan, who was represented by the Director of Special Duties in the Ministry, Mrs. Agnes Nkechi-Aneke, said the laudable intergenerational networking initiative is a pointer to NSCC's determination to develop mechanism of engagement. The event attracted officials from Ministry of Youth Development, NAPTIP, Community of Senior Citizens, Ministry of Health, and other relevant stakeholders.
It is also very significant that the agenda for the one-day dialogue is centered around conversations about volunteerism and how we all can join the vanguard to safeguard senior citizens' dignity, safety, security, worthiness, and continued engagement in our various communities. I am pleased to inform you that the articulation, drafting, and today's unveiling of the NSCC Elder Justice Charter for consensus adoption by stakeholders is commendable and significant. I wish to thank all stakeholders for their robust collaborations and partnership with NSCC, and particularly the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, National Orientation Agencies, and the rest for actively supporting this unique event.
High point of the event was the unveiling of the Elder Justice Charter and Plan of Action, youth debates, and skits competition, among others.